Welcome. You're watching Eagle News America. I'm Alan Basoyahe coming to you from Los Angeles, California. It's Thursday, the 24th day of June, 2021. Tonight, we have updates from our correspondents here in the U.S. Joining us live, Rafael Tigno in Panorama City.
Magnitude 3.2 earthquake rattles Southern California.
Marianne Borja in North Hills.
California food service industry suffers major worker shortages.
Emerson Simon in Sylmar.
Metro Micro to operate in 2 additional zones.
Several stories from our environment desk. Megs Estrella in Bakersfield.
Los Angeles inaugurates Argo Drain Sub-Basin facility in its goal to achieve climate resiliency.
Daniel Glensakoulis in West Hills.
Los Angeles Arboretum offers outdoor programs for families.
Annabelle De Mesa in Glendale.
LA City plans eyes $100,000 of funding to restore Commonwealth Nursery, create jobs in Griffith Park.
An update from Don Omar Cuevas in Little Rock about Arkansas creating a cyber advisory council and opening the Office of Outdoor Recreation. For EBC Sports, Melissa Potes in Orlando, Florida reports about the Sixers' Del Morey, Doc Rivers, and Danny Green reflecting on the season. For EBC Food, El Marie Gonzalez in South Haven shares with us her recipe for breakfast tuna, egg, and avocado melt. Our Sacramento team shows us how to make sparkling water slushy. Plus, for business news, Julianne Docena takes us to the International Aesthetics, Cosmetics, and Spa Conference and International Beauty Show in Las Vegas. And speaking of, for our roundtable, we'll talk about our skincare routines. Our coverage begins now. Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava says 102 people have been accounted for after a high-rise oceanfront apartment block near Miami Beach, Florida, partially collapsed. During a press conference held with local authorities, she declares that she signed an emergency order to request federal aid and adds that the local fire rescue team is leaving no stone unturned.
Just signed an emergency order. The governor has on his desk his emergency order, and with that, we will get the support from the federal agency FEMA. The president has pledged that support, and so shortly these orders will go forward, and we will be able to bring, in addition, FEMA federal assistance to this site and to the families who are suffering. And our people are working around the clock. Our fire rescue team leaving no stone unturned, and we're working with the families on reunification as well as those.
This is very sad when you're dealing with people that don't know the outcome of their family. They're very worried. They just are desperate in the sense that they want to know what's actually taking place. But we continue to try to rescue. We continue to try to find more people.
President Joe Biden announces from the White House that a deal has been reached with a bipartisan group of senators to rebuild the nation's infrastructure, likely unlocking the most funding for roads, bridges, ports, and broadband in decades.
We're making as a result of this deal are long overdue. They'll put Americans to work in good-paying jobs, repairing our roads and our bridges. They'll deliver high-speed internet to every American home, bringing down the price that people pay now for internet service. And they'll close the American digital divide, as been driven home by every mother and father with a child at home during the COVID crisis. That is, thank goodness.
Venezuela's government announces it had signed a contract to acquire 12 million doses of a Cuban coronavirus vaccine that's reported to be 92% effective, but is still awaiting approval from health authorities. The Abdala vaccine has completed its 3 phases of clinical trials, but has yet to be given the all clear either by Cuba's health authorities or the World Health Organization. Venezuela's Vice President Delcy Rodriguez says the country is grateful that this vaccine will be incorporated into Venezuela's immunization program and has signed a contract for the supply of 12 million Abdala vaccines that will be received over the coming months. The Venezuelan official says millions more doses will arrive. If approved, it will be the first coronavirus vaccine created and produced in Latin America. Here's today's COVID-19 numbers. According to the Coronavirus Resource Center of Johns Hopkins University and Medicine, as of 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Thursday, June 24, 2021, the number of cases of COVID-19 reported worldwide is now more than 179,855,000. Top 3 on the list of countries with recorded cases are the U.S. with over 33.5 million, India with over 30 million, Brazil with over 18.2 million. This virus has now already claimed more than 3,897,000 lives worldwide. Top 3 countries with the most number of COVID-19 related deaths are the US at more than 603,000, Brazil at more than 509,000, India at more than 391,000. Total vaccine doses administered worldwide is now at 2,771,321,208. Impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, California's food service industry is facing an uphill battle even as restrictions ease. Why? Eagle News correspondent Mary Ann Borja has the answers.
Thank you, Alan. Since June 15, the state of California's former stay-at-home order has been lifted, which for residents means that they could now enjoy visiting their favorite stores and restaurants without worrying about capacity limits. For many restaurants, this lifting of restrictions serves as a sign of hope that business can rebound to how it formerly was before the pandemic. However, the California Restaurant Association has reported that many businesses are facing a shortage of workers. Restaurant owners are under tough situations already, as the association estimated in 2020 as many as 1/3 of the state's restaurants would close due to the pandemic. For those that survived until now, the employment gap to keep up with customer demand is still high, as the industry remains with about 450,000 jobs below its pre-pandemic level. The positions employers are having the most difficulty in hiring are waiters, cooks, and counter workers, with janitors and dishwashers not falling far behind. Many people who would normally work at restaurants have cited that they are hesitant to return to this industry due to jobs generally requiring long hours, low pay, and benefits. Even with the lowering restriction of current health regulations, federal unemployment benefits and stimulus checks have given these people a sense of stability and a chance to even take on new career paths in attending school instead of working. The California Restaurant Association has stated that these numbers are unlikely to remain low throughout the entire year, thanks to the efforts of the state's Governor Gavin Newsom to revitalize the state's economy. When the end of the summer approaches and COVID benefits start to fade out, many jobs are likely to fill up again. Yet the struggle restaurants have faced with employment indicates much needs to be done to ensure these businesses need to find ways to make working at these places seem more appealing again. In North Hills, California, Mary Ann Borja, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you, Alan.
Mary Ann, you mentioned that the restaurant industry sadly had suffered the most compared to other work sectors. From what you know, are there any other work options that potential restaurant employees would want to work instead?
Yes, Alan. So in light of the pandemic, many entry-level jobs in the office, customer service, and even the government have moved from an in-person to a remote setting. And many plan to stay this way even after 2021. The National Bureau of Economic Research estimated that 4 out of 10 full-time employees were working from home during the pandemic. And this number is likely to be higher if these industries continue to have many job openings. Alan?
Marianne, if the pandemic's taught us anything, it's that working from home, even if there's noise or distractions, it's something that's doable for many of us. But with these statistics in mind, what can restaurants do to make sure that they could still hire people in these times?
Well, Alan, there are recommendations that the workplace development departments across the state have given to restaurants to help improve their business and relationships with workers. To offer more stable, fair wages for workers in need of secure employment for their families. In addition, they have recommended that when schools go back in person, they should partner with them to find networks of students willing to work there. However, given how this year many protests in California led by younger people are fighting for higher wages may potentially damage this relationship. Alan?
A little bit later, we'll be talking about skincare tips and techniques. Marianne, do you have a skincare regimen that you follow? And don't tell us what it is. I'm just wondering if you do.
I will probably bring it up later. It will be a very interesting topic to talk about.
Excellent. We can't wait. Marianne, thank you for that report. Eagle News correspondent Rafaela Tigno tells us about a magnitude 3.2 earthquake hitting yesterday afternoon about 17 miles from downtown Los Angeles near LAX. Rafaela.
Thank you, Alan. A magnitude 3.2 earthquake rattled Southern California yesterday with the epicenter detected at the Los Angeles International Airport's far northeast runway. There were no reports of injuries or damages. For precautionary measures, crews immediately checked and scanned the facilities and airfield. Although earthquakes are known for its sudden jolts and surprises, Angelinos are no strangers to earthquake readiness and preparedness. According to ready.gov, the best time to prepare for any disaster is before it happens. Some earthquake preparedness tips and plans are to practice drop, cover, and hold. Make an emergency communication plan, have an emergency supply kit with non-perishable foods, water for several days, and cleaning supplies. Secure your home, especially heavy items and breakable objects. At present, there are 3 apps available to California residents that will send earthquake and emergency warnings straight to their mobile devices. My Shake app, Android Earthquake Alerts, and Wireless Emergency Alerts or WEAs. These apps are useful resources and can be downloaded at the Apple or Google Play stores. In Panorama City, California, Rafaela Tigno will live in interesting times. Back to you, Alan.
Rafaela, aside from home or property insurance, what else should people do to protect their assets before disaster strikes?
Insurance policy holders should make sure that they have enough coverage to repair or replace their valuables. People should also document their property in case they need to file a claim with the insurance company. Alan.
Rafael, we'll talk to you a little bit later about skincare techniques. I can't wait to hear what you have for us, but thank you for that report.
Thank you.
Up next, more updates from our team here in California. Eagle News America continues.
This program is supported by China Bank. Your success is our business.
You're watching Eagle News America. I'm Alan Basoyahe in Los Angeles. 2 additional Metro microzones will begin operations in 3 days, servicing Angelinos. To tell us more, Eagle News correspondent Emerson Simon joins us this evening.
Thank you, Alan. On June 27, new Metro Micro service zones will be expanded to service the Highland Park, Pasadena, Eagle Rock, and Sierra Madre, Glendale, Altadena areas. This initiative is in support of the second phase of the Next Gen Bus Plan, which is a major redesign of Metro's bus network designed to provide frequent and quicker services on many bus routes throughout Los Angeles County. With this service expansion, Metro Micro will now be operating in 2 additional zones. For Angelinos new to Metro Micro, their first 2 rides are free of charge. Returning customers can take advantage of the great resource for $1 per ride, not including transfer. All rides must start and end within each zone, with a face mask being worn at all times during the ride. Riders have the ability to pay via credit card or tap card. To book a ride, Angelinos can use the Metro Micro app or call 323-GO-METRO at 323-466-3876. A few things to keep in mind. Passengers that cannot make their appointment are reminded to cancel as soon as possible. Unlike set bus routes, Metro Micro drivers are given schedules. As reservations are received, so missing a pickup is inconvenient to both the driver and the passengers. Additionally, drivers will only wait 1 minute after pickup time as a courtesy to other riders aboard. So general advice to all passengers is to plan ahead and arrive at your Metro Micro meeting place a bit early. In Sonoma, California, Emerson Simon, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you, Ira.
Emerson, I don't think you can call yourself an Angelino unless you've ridden the bus system over here. You know, Metro buses in LA, they're fairly easy to recognize, mostly because they're big, their size. But how will passengers recognize a Metro Micro vehicle?
Alan, Metro Micros also have distinguishing features such as their color, design, and graphics. But for an added layer of security, the vehicle number of the Micro will be sent via the app or SMS notification. This way, a passenger will know if the vehicle on approach is the one that they're expecting. Alan.
Emerson, your complexion is absolutely glowing. And the question I have for you before we let you go is, with respect to the ladies on our team tonight, do you have a skincare regimen that's going to blow theirs out of the water?
Yeah, I probably have a routine going. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited to share.
I can't wait to hear it. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Thank you, Emerson. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Thank you.
The state of Arkansas creates specialized teams to fight cyber attacks and to protect the outdoors. For details about these task forces, Don Omar Cuevas files this report.
Thanks for having me, and hello from Little Rock, Arkansas. In Arkansas, COVID-19 cases have reached a total of almost 350,000, with over 260,000 recoveries and about 5,900 deaths. According to the current plan, Arkansans aged 12 and up are eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. Governor Asa Hutchinson continues to encourage the people of Arkansas to get vaccinated in order to avoid continued hospitalizations and new cases. Earlier this month, on the 15th, Governor Hutchinson announced the creation of the Arkansas Cyber Advisory Council. He announced that the purpose and objective of the Cyber Advisory Council is to identify and deal with the risk of cyber attacks, and to improve the state's response to said cyber attacks. One concern that the governor aims to address with this council is the protection of the agriculture industry and the food supply in Arkansas. He stated in his address that the risk of cyber attacks will increase greatly as farmers and ranchers move more of their business to computers. So, the Cyber Advisory Council will be doing everything they can to protect the industry. In other news, Governor Hutchinson has announced the opening of the Arkansas Office of Outdoor Recreation. with its own advisory board as well. The Office of Outdoor Recreation was created to encourage and coordinate awareness of Arkansas's outdoors. In his announcement on the 21st of June, the governor remarked, "We live in one of the most beautiful places on earth, and you don't have to look far in any direction to know that. We want to keep it that way." The Office of Outdoor Recreation will maximize opportunities for outdoor recreation in Arkansas while preserving our past and conserving our beauty. Along with the news of the creation of the Office of Outdoor Recreation, it was also announced that Blue Mountain has been acquired by Arkansas and added to its list of outdoor recreational sites. With this, the state is now in charge of all three mountains in the Maumelle Pinnacles, these being Pinnacle Mountain, Rattlesnake Ridge, and Blue Mountain. These three mountains and their surrounding areas now operate as natural heritage areas and will be conserved and protected by the state in order to preserve their natural beauty. Thanks again for having me, and stay safe wherever you are. In Little Rock, Arkansas, Don Omar Cuevas, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
In its continuing effort to achieve climate resiliency, Los Angeles inaugurates a stormwater project. In Bakersfield, Megs Estrella reports.
Thank you, Alan. Los Angeles inaugurates the Argo Drain Sub-Basin Facility with an official opening ceremony for the capture and infiltration of stormwater as part of the city's sustainable infrastructure project. Greg Good, LA Board of Public Works President, says, "The Argo Drain Sub-Basin Facility is the product of great partnership between LA Sanitation, LAWA, Council Member Bonin, the Mayor, and Public Works. And value proposition is to enhance water quality, less pollution on our beaches, and crucially, water capture. These are investments we've made for our future, helping us to achieve climate resiliency and ensure that we meet our Green New Deal goal of 100% recycled water." The Argo Drain Sub-Basin Facility Project, known as Argo, is situated on the property of LAWA, close to the northwest corner of the Los Angeles International Airport, or LAX, at the crossing section of Westchester Parkway and Falmouth Avenue. Argo is described as stormwater project, and will be able to hold a watershed area of about 2,200 acres. It will capture the flow of rain falling from these three drains: the Argo Drain, County of LA Drain, and City of LA Drain. Its drainage channel will then move the storm water using gravity to a structure for a multiple step treatment procedure and then pushed to an 8.1 million gallon underground infiltration system. This process will enhance the quality of water at the Santa Monica Bay, where it discharges to, as well as neighboring beaches. Los Angeles City District 11 Council Member Mike Bonin states, "As the council members of LA Westside coastal communities, I wholeheartedly support investments that improve the quality of our most precious natural resource, water. This project does that and more by ensuring LAX meets environmental commitments and by providing open space for Westchester and Playa del Rey." In Bakersfield, California.
All right, I think we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we'll return to Megs in just a bit when we talk later in our roundtable discussion. Thank you, Megs, for that report. Now, still to come, more environment news and EBC Sports. Eagle News America will return shortly. Stay with us.
It's time to take one step further and face the impossible. Time to search the unknown and fight for the truth. Time to overcome boundaries and connect the world. It's time for DW News.
Events happen around us all the time, in our community, in our country, around the world. Events that affect people, move communities, or simply inspire us. Interesting events that people need to know. In these interesting times, we continue to be a competent partner in delivering news about these events. Fast, accurate, balanced. Eagle News, because we live in interesting times.
This is Eagle News America. I'm Alan Basoyahe in Los Angeles. Promoting a greener future for Los Angeles, City Plants bids for a $100,000 funding in its aim to restore the Commonwealth Nursery and create jobs in Griffith Park. Annabelle de Mesa has more.
Thank you, Alan. $100K for the city of LA. That is what cityplants.org is hoping for. $100,000 of funding is made possible by the LA 2050 initiative, which gives grants to organizations in 5 different categories. These categories are learn, create, play, connect, and live. 5 winners from each category will be chosen through public online voting, collectively choosing 25 winners in all. The amount of money awarded will depend on the order of popular votes. First place winners in each category will get $100,000. Second place will receive $50,000. Third place, $25,000. Fourth place, $15,000. And fifth place, $10,000. Add the numbers of all 5 categories, and a total of $1 million in grant money will be given out. The city's plants bid for funding is under the Live category. As of this moment, each category has 5 organizations competing. Everyone is guaranteed to receive money, which means everyone has a chance to win $100,000 award. According to a tweet from the Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs, City Plants would use the grant money to restore the Commonwealth Tree Nursery and create green jobs in Griffith Park, a reminder about their mission to grow a greener future for Los Angeles. They work towards this goal by recruiting residents to plant trees throughout the city and give special attention to the urban areas branded as low canopy neighborhoods. This has the possible benefit of providing jobs in tree planting and care while improving the health of Angelinos with cleaner air through trees. For the list of organizations running for these sizable grant amounts, visit challenge.la2050.org/vote. Each person can vote once per category. Other campaigns in the Live category include the Shower of Hope, which addresses homelessness, and Healing California, which aspires to provide free dental and vision care. Tree planting may not top everyone's list, but we have to remember that there are worthwhile organizations that need our financial support. So regardless of our personal interests, all residents are encouraged to pick a candidate and vote. In Glendale, California, Annabelle de Mesa, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you, Alan.
Annabelle, I don't have much of a green thumb, but if other Angelinos wanted to get involved in helping plant trees, what options are available to them?
Well, there are a number of ways that people can help. City Plants welcomes monetary donations and volunteers for their tree planting events. If you have space and live in Los Angeles, you're eligible to receive up to free 7 trees to plant on your property. City Plants advises to plant trees on the west or east side of your house so we can have the most shade throughout our sunny California days. Alan?
Annabelle, recently, Eagle News correspondent Emerson Simon made a bold claim that he would have a skincare regimen that would outshine all others in this broadcast. Do you accept his claim, or do you believe that you might have something up your sleeve that will topple his reign?
Well, I have very sensitive skin that breaks out for any reason or no reason at all. So I'll pretty much accept it since my skin needs to be as simple as possible.
All right. Well, one point for the self-proclaimed winner of tonight's skincare regimen. But we can't wait to hear from you later. Annabelle, thank you for the report.
Thank you, Alan.
For tonight's NBA update, Eagle News sports correspondent Melissa Potes files this report.
Days after the Sixers were shockingly eliminated on their home court by the Hawks, Team President of Basketball Operations, Daryl Morey, addressed the media on Tuesday on the future roster and fought off the negative vibes surrounding All-Star guard Ben Simmons.
Obviously, part of my job is to self-reflect, read what others are reading because you can learn from that. And a lot of what I'm reading, I frankly don't understand. People saying the Sixers are in a bad situation. I don't choose to come here. Doc doesn't choose to come here if this is a bad situation. I mean, really 25 or 26 teams in this league would love to be in our situation with an MVP caliber top player, an all-star, a near all-star, great young players who are signed for the long term, good veterans. So we've got a good foundation. We just have to do better. I have to do better. Everyone has to do better.
The Sixers were the top-seeded team in the East, but their playoff struggles continue, failing to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals with high expectations of being a title contender. Head coach Doc Rivers and three-time NBA champion Danny Green reflect on the season.
The day after a loss, a Game 7 loss or being knocked out of the playoffs, there's a sting there. And it's hard to look back on when you started and where we had to go from. And I mentioned it yesterday, starting from the team that got swept in the first round to winning the East in the regular season, and then obviously losing disappointingly. And it's like a really famous coach, which I won't name, that I talk to a lot in another sport, actually said it, is that, when you set yourself up to where you want to win something big, you're either going to have, a smooth landing to fanfare, or you're going to have a plane crash. It's going to be a crash landing. And, but it's worth it. And that's what I told our guys. It's worth it. It's worth the pain. It's worth going through everything we went through. And so I think what we have done is we started to build a foundation to get into where we're going. We thought we were going to get it by taking some shortcuts, and it just doesn't happen that way. And I think our guys will understand that.
Obviously, I thought we had a chance to be there, but realistically, you always think, at some point it's going to end for somebody. There's always 29 unhappy teams throughout the summer. There's only one that's happy.
Tune into Eagle News for more highlights on the NBA Conference Finals. In Orlando, Florida, Melissa Potas, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Up next, EBC Food, business news, and today's roundtable about our skincare routines.
Factual.
We have to defeat the virus everywhere.
Timely information. Balanced, not only in the country, but also abroad.
I'm certain of one thing.
Interviews that people need to know. Watch Aguila Pilipinas. A 1-hour newscast of reports coming from regional hubs in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Know the important updates in Asia in ASEAN in Focus. Track the latest stories in the provinces in Aguila Provincia. Tune into Mata ng Aguila, the evening primetime news program of Net25. Balanced and objective, Mata ng Aguila covers national and international issues, tackles news on business, health, science and technology, entertainment, sports and human interest features, and current events. And Eagle News International delivers the latest global reports, impartial, accessible, and up-to-date. It brings to fore EBC's rich international scope and access to valuable information streams.
Well, thank you to explain our Help Outdoor.
Catch these programs on Net25. You can also watch our news programs through eaglenews.ph and Eagle News Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Innovation, digital disruption, globalization. Startups, micro, small, and medium enterprises, as well as large corporations, all face interesting challenges in the market today. Peek into the world of exciting opportunities and partnerships to drive growth with the latest business news and information. We are open for business. Your weekly dose of entrepreneurial inspiration to update you on the latest developments in the world of business. Get up close and personal with CEOs and thought leaders to help you discover valuable insights, sharpen your instincts for smart decision making with the latest markets and economic trends, disruptive ideas, global innovation, social entrepreneurship, and other leading-edge business ideas. Join the conversations to create a more vibrant environment for entrepreneurship. Catch Open for Business, from vision to action.
This is Eagle News America. I'm Alan Basoyahay in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Arboretum welcomes families this summer with several outdoor activities. Daniel Glensukulis is with us this evening with the details.
Thank you, Alan. Just in time for summer, the LA Arboretum has announced that they are offering outdoor programs for children and families. One activity, called Acorns and Oaks, focuses on the vision that young acorns or children can be helped along to develop into full-fledged oaks. Using nature as a teaching tool, this program is meant for babies, toddlers, and kids up to 5 years old. Along with their parents, Acorns and Oaks intends to strengthen and grow the parent-child bond by introducing developmental play, crafts, songs, storytelling, and more. For adults, and even kids suffering from stiff joints due to poor pandemic posture, thanks to excessive Zooming, there's the Whole Family Yoga program. This activity is advertised as a gentle, all-levels yoga series. Each week, families are taught a different yoga technique aligned with the nature-related lesson for that session. Among the themes that kids and families will be treated to are animals, outer space, the four elements, and germination. And because this activity takes place at the Arboretum, a peaceful and meditative environment is all but guaranteed. To check out these programs, visit www.arboretum.org/learn/kids-families. Now, there is a cost to these programs, and they do fill up quickly, but those with memberships can enjoy earlier entrance times to the Arboretum at reduced cost. The fee for entrance to the Arboretum itself is also waived for members. The LA Arboretum is famous for its beautiful 127-acre botanical garden and their impressive library, which houses an extensive array of books, magazines, and audio-visual materials dealing with gardening, botany, and native California plant life, as well as other subject matters. And with the county showing signs that life before COVID-19 is returning, more of the familiar events that the LA Arboretum is known by are making their way back to the calendar. Starting next month, Pasadena Pops, an outdoor concert, is resuming, no doubt much to the delight of music lovers. And later in November, the Arboretum's brilliant Lightscape is also set once again to dazzle and enchant visitors. With 127 acres to use as canvas, this nearly 2-month-long display is bound to paint a light-infused picture to mesmerize and inspire. Again, tickets sell out quickly, so for those interested to visit, to www.arboretum.org is recommended. And finally, for those who want to sample the Arboretum without leaving the comfort of home, they can take a virtual tour by going to www.arboretum.org/digitalarboretum. But with Los Angeles weather getting warmer and kids looking for something to do, perhaps even a leisurely garden walk
through the LA Arboretum's natural splendor might be perfect for a family outing. In West Hills, California, Daniel Glensakoulis, Eagle News, we live in interesting times. Back to you, Alan.
Daniel, are you reporting from the Arboretum right now?
It sure looks like I'm there, doesn't it?
No, I can tell that you're reporting from your lovely backyard. Now, I've been to the LA Arboretum, a few times, and after listening to your report, a return visit really seems overdue. And now you mentioned that there's a return of concerts as early as next month. Does that signify that face mask mandates are no longer in place?
So not entirely, Alan. Keep in mind that events like the Pasadena Pops concert is outdoors. So for anything done outside, masks and physical distancing are not required. However, for those that are not vaccinated or who have only gotten the first of 2 doses are being asked to wear a face mask when visiting indoor spaces such as the gift shop, Peacock Cafe, and restrooms. Alan?
That's a great story. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thinking of a more interesting way to enjoy breakfast? EBC friend El Marie Gonzalez invites us to her kitchen in South Haven, Mississippi, and shares with us her recipe for breakfast tuna, egg, and avocado wrap.
Thank you and hello from South Haven, Mississippi. Today, I will be sharing with you a simple breakfast recipe with the ingredients that you can find in your local grocery stores. Here are the ingredients that you will be needing. From South Haven, Mississippi, I am El Marie Gonzalez. Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
I wish it was breakfast already, but you know what? I think we can enjoy that wrap any time of the day. And to complete our weekend meal, our Sacramento team shows us how to make this sparkling water slushy. Take a look. for today's business news. As we get back into the world, many of us are having to shop for new clothes and head back out to our favorite salon or barber shop. Lucky for us, many professionals use that time to upgrade their services. Here's Julianne with that report.
For a stretch of time last year, beauty and wellness professionals were unable to provide services to the public. And when spas and salons started to reopen, pros were faced with new struggles brought on by the shift in circumstances within the pandemic. From getting clients to come back with confidence in their safety to meeting the high demands that have resulted from the closure. Today, we are here at the International Aesthetics, Cosmetics, and Spa Conference, as well as the International Beauty Show, where professionals from all over the world are gathering not only to learn about the newest trends in products and services, but also new ways to better serve clients in these ever-changing circumstances.
These two events have been held annually pre-COVID-19 here in Las Vegas and have always served professionals dedicated to helping others look and feel their best. It's a place to shop for the latest products, learn the newest techniques, and discover the latest trends that will help them provide the best services to clients within their area of the beauty and wellness industries.
We are having a surprisingly great show. Yeah, people have turned out in their thousands. Everybody's happy. Really great show.
I brought a couple of students over. They are amazed. Like they say, if you really like the industry, you're going to love it when you get here.
The consumers are more savvy than ever, so it's important that, our professionals stay on, track with all of the latest, greatest ingredients too, because their guests know.
And I came here like pre-COVID, and I liked it a lot, so I just decided to come back to check out like the barber stuff and see what they got.
Honestly, I'm just here to have fun, to see what's new, what's not new, and what people like, because just by seeing other professionals, I can see what's actually professional.
Everyone is so open and eager to learning about new products and new things that they can bring to their business. I'm so incredibly grateful that this show happened.
Questex, who is focused on delivering essential information to communities through experiences such as these very shows, announced on the first day of the conference that they have acquired the Spa Industry Association, whose mission is to keep members up to date on resources, product updates, and industry news.
We kind of threw our hat in the ring with Questex probably 10 years ago. Of all the trade show groups that were available to talk to, and we talked to all of them, they're the ones who came to us, a much smaller group than them, and said, how can we be of service to you? So we immediately loved the way they thought in harmony about what a relationship should be with. So we really have an extended family relationship. So when they came to me not too long ago and said, Alan, we're going to acquire the association, let's talk about how that should happen, it made me smile because we were still talking the same language 10 years later.
The Spa Industry Association brings a lot to Questex. I mean, firstly, it brings Alan, who runs the association. He's well known in the industry and is able to tell us what's going on, what trends to look for, who we should be listening to. That's fantastic. That's invaluable. At the same time, we see a big database coming of all of the members. We see the people that are parts of the association asking questions of us. Well, what else could we do? So we feel it's a truly symbiotic acquisition in that we can help the association with some of the things like this show and how the association can spread that to its membership. And the association brings us the ability to reach more people more deeply with great trusted relationships.
And this deeper connection paired with a further reach mattered even more this year during the events as professionals and vendors alike came together to share lessons learned and strategies developed during the pandemic challenges this past year.
We had more time for deeper connections with our accounts, and so we really did focus on education and marketing and giving our spas and individual estheticians the tools to succeed, and that's really been beneficial to us. So we will continue on with that, realizing that, that was kind of a missing link for us.
I'm a very clean person, so before, after, I feel like I personally have been the same, but I'm definitely more aware and courteous of how others feel as well.
I feel like I lost some clients during COVID, but COVID has shown me to be like a little bit more intentional on how to build clientele, grow a relationship with your clients.
One of the best things that happened to us through COVID, though, was we were able to develop an education program that was module-based, and you could do it from the comfort of your own home. so we could get people educated, and that way when they were ready to open up, they had the education and tools that they needed to get started.
I think that this pandemic has taught people a lot of things. They have learned that they have to take care of themselves, take care of their family. All of the personal parts of keeping stress down, to me, those are absolutely the number one most important thing that are going on right now.
We feel that's a trend that's going to continue post-pandemic. People are going to continue to look after themselves. They're looking for solutions. They're looking for people that are going to help them live their lives, as we say, live their lives better, as well as live their lives longer.
While sharing all of these lessons, strategies, and trends cultivate a community of growing professionals, some might wonder if attending these shows are worth it after we've all become comfortable learning from home.
I feel like it's good to come to events like this because it kind of keeps you hungry, keeps you like excited and ready to, either start new things or just go even harder in the direction that you're going.
There's nothing better than do hands-on. Education as in theory-wise, yes, online would be good, but hands-on, you gotta have hands-on. This is how you're just gonna overcome all your fears and be good at what you wanna do.
So it's clear that when it comes to the beauty world, the pandemic truly did push professionals to think outside of the box. And now more than ever, these pros are developing themselves to be their best so they can serve you best. From the Las Vegas Convention Center for Eagle News, I'm Julianne Docena. We live in interesting times.
All right, it's time for one of our favorite segments of the broadcast, the Roundtable. But before we go on with tonight's discussion, we just want to tell our viewers that we're not skincare experts. However, if you want a quick startup skincare regimen, we want you to visit eaglenews.net under the Life tab, select Lifestyle, and then click on the article that's entitled How to Get Started in Skincare. We believe you'll enjoy the article there. But for the rest of the team tonight, what we're going to do is just share here our individual interests and preferences when it comes to caring for our own skins. All right, we want to bring our broadcast team back on tonight. And what we're going to do is a real quick lightning round. And all you have to do is just answer yes or no. And if you answer no, we'll probably skip you for this round of questions. So the question is, do you have a beauty regimen? Let's start first. Just a yes or no. Annabelle. Annabelle, so we want to remind the viewers what the scorecard is. Do you have a skincare regimen? Yes or no?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I do.
Okay, let's move on then. Daniel, do you have a skincare regimen? Yes or no?
I absolutely do have a skincare regimen, Alan.
Oh, okay, great. So that's two. Megs, how about you?
Yes, I do.
Yes, okay. Rafaela?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Emerson?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to start a little bit backwards. Rafaela, talk to us. What is your beauty or skincare regimen?
Well, I have a very simple skincare regimen. Like, I only use soap and then moisturizer and sunscreen. That's it.
Excellent. Maybe a little bit later, we're going to also ask you maybe any specific products you can recommend. But we're going to go ahead and move on to Megs. Talk to us. What is your beauty or your skincare regimen?
I try to stick with the basics with the cleanser, toner, moisturizer. In the morning, I would also add with SPF. But at night, if I'm feeling fancy and I'm not lazy, then I do actually do the 10-step skincare routine where I have to double cleanse with cleansing oil, with the water-based cleanser, toner, essence, serum, moisturizer, and then facial oil. And sometimes I also do masks, like mud masks or face masks. It's like face masks that you put on your face, not to cover your mouth and your nose. So yeah, that's my skincare routine.
although we have seen some people double masking because of the pandemic, one over their mouths and one over their eyes. I think they had the wrong idea. All right, Eagle News viewers, I hope you're taking notes too. Feeling Fancy Makes Australia with her skincare or beauty regimen. Curious now about you, Daniel. What's your skincare or beauty regimen all about?
Wow, that's a pretty hard to follow, that last skin regimen. But so I'm kind of a health guy. So my skin regimen is more, I guess, rigorous in a different way, because it starts with a 6-mile run 3 times a week to get the blood flowing to the skin. Obviously, a little bit of moisturizer obviously helps, but I guess most importantly is the healthy eating, and then the anything with some type of SPF sunblock. I prefer something like Neutrogena, Ultra Sheen, because it's not so greasy on the skin. But that's my skin regimen.
Excellent. So you take care of your skin starting from the inside out. Also, what you put in your body.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Yes, and we know Daniel is a healthy guy. Never challenge him in a push-up contest. I've already experienced that, and it's not nice being second place. All right, Annabelle, your beauty or your skincare regimen?
Well, I like to exfoliate and moisturize so I don't look like I have 2.5 decades of dead skin on my face. I also like to exercise, take vitamins, kind of do better with my food so the unhealthy fast food doesn't, make me go wrinkly or break out. I also like to laugh and go to the spa, so the day stress doesn't affect my skin too.
Annabelle, I think you already have an idea of where I'm going with this, because weeks ago you mentioned it in another broadcast with me about your spoonful of Nutella. Doesn't a spoonful of Nutella just help your skin just to glisten? Can you use that as a skincare product, again, from the inside out?
Well, it's definitely good in the inside, especially the inside of my mouth, because it's delicious.
All right. Thanks for sharing with us, Annabelle. And of course, I guess you might have been able to tell I left Emerson for last. Emerson, what is your skincare regimen? And mind you, I still have to talk about my skincare regimen as well. Go ahead, Emerson.
Well, I would really agree, and I would like to bandwagon off Daniel's, which is the working out as much as I can, and also taking pretty much cold showers, because research proves that it's good for skin, with helping with skin benefits and all that.
Okay, great. So taking cold showers. I think it's also good for your hair also, right? Taking cold showers?
Yep.
Yes. And you have phenomenal hair, Emerson. All right, real quickly, folks, for my skincare regimen, I do have one. I use olive oil. I don't want to sound callous, but that's what I use it for. I use olive oil for my calluses. And if you want to have baby smooth skin that you were born with, a little callus to your, a little olive oil to your calluses will work wonders on your feet. I have magnificent feet for anyone who's interested. In any case, other people that keep our lives beautiful and healthy are, again, our wonderful frontline workers, our first responders, and our essential workers. Why don't we give them a much-deserved round of applause? These healthcare workers will tell you, don't forget to wash your hands. And because of our roundtable discussion, we want to remind you, don't forget to wash your face. That is today's Eagle News America. We want to thank you for joining us. I'm Alan Baso Yahe. We live in interesting times.